Hey everybody, Ben here, and welcome back to Medium of Mixology, the monthly web show where I teach you how to make some new and interesting cocktails. Well, it has been almost a full year of episodes here. It is now October, and next month will be the official 1-year anniversary and start of Season 2 of Medium of Mixology. So today's drink, in order to do a little bit of early celebration and also something to sort of match the theme for the month, we're going to do something a little bit more scary. This is the original zombie. So your equipment for this drink is going to be a measuring device of some sort. I'm using an angled measuring cup. You can also use a jigger. You're going to need a bar spoon or some kind of spoon, a shaker and a strainer, and your shaker should already have some ice in it. I'm only using 2 ice cubes today because, as you can see, we're using a hell of a lot of ingredients. And you need, I'm going to use, say, a pint glass. If you have one of those ceramic tiki glasses, those will work really well for this as well. We're using Majora's Mask today because it's, scary. Our ingredients today, again, there's a whole heck of a lot of them, so much that I needed another table. You're going to need a tablespoon of brown sugar, which I already have measured out over here to start out. An ounce of pineapple juice. You'll need 1 ounce of light rum, 1 ounce of gold rum, 1 ounce of dark Jamaican rum, half an ounce of apricot brandy, 1 ounce of either Creme de Banane, or I'm using some 99 bananas, which is a little more potent, 1 ounce each of lemon and lime juice, 1/4 ounce of Grenadine, and we're going to top it with a ½ ounce of Bacardi 151. If you ever sort of lost during the recipe and you need to know what measurements of the ingredients I'm using, those are in the description box below. Be sure to check them out. So let's make our drink. So we're going to start with our tablespoon of brown sugar since it's kind of stuck in here. We're going to go with 1 ounce of our light rum. That's 1 ounce of gold rum. 1 ounce dark Jamaican rum. Half an ounce of apricot brandy, which smells fantastic, by the way. Now the recipe is calling for 1 ounce of Creme de Banane. Because I'm using 99 bananas, which is a lot more powerful, I'm actually going to cut that down to 3/4 of an ounce. We're going to go with 1 ounce of our pineapple juice. I can never get my finger underneath this thing, so I usually got to use the spoon to get under it. Now when you shake pineapple juice, it's turned into sort of a frothy foam, so it's going to make this drink pretty interesting. 1 ounce lemon juice. Now your citrus ingredients should be fresh, but I usually end up throwing away lemons and limes before I use them, so I tend to get the bottled stuff. 1 ounce of lime. 1/4 ounce of our Grenadine. Now I'm actually not going to measure this because I can usually eyeball it. That, and if I pour this in my measuring cup at this point, it's going to be all sticky, and I don't want it to be all sticky. So that usually ends up being about 1/4 ounce. It's like a dash or a splash or something. Now we're going to shake this up, and then we'll top it with our 151 and garnish it. So go ahead and give this thing a shake. Brown sugar sticks to the bottom, but when we shake it, it kind of comes together. So once you have the drink all shaken up, we're going to go ahead and strain this into our prepared glass. Almost trying to strain the empty glass. It's not a super pleasant color. It's sort of a bit of a nasty brown, but that's partially due to our dark rum. Which is also why if you have a tiki glass that is, not transparent, this wouldn't matter. So we've got 2 more steps to go, which is our 151 rum and our garnishes. Now a couple things to note about this drink. First is that the original drink is from the mid-30s, and it's that early sort of tiki era style drink. So it's going to have that brown, sugary, molassesy, deep rum infused kind of flavors. Second, because this drink is so old, there are a lot of variations to it, and really when you see a variation, you just kind of want to look for the core of the 3 different rums, the light, gold, and dark rums, as well as a blend of fruit juices, which is what we do indeed have here. So I originally said that we needed a bar spoon to this, and the reason for that was so we could layer the 151 on top by pouring over the back of the spoon. Now that usually works, but one thing I have started to notice is that in drinks when you have ice in them, the ice is going to float to the top, and you can actually pour the 151 or whatever you happen to be using over top of that ice, and it will dissipate and float right on top. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. The other thing about this drink that I wanted to list off was the number of garnishes that my cocktail book actually says you put onto this thing. It's listed as a pineapple wedge, lime wedge, fresh mint spring, green orchid, and maraschino cherry, which is pretty much everything in the bar. I decided to kind of play around with that a little bit. We're going with a piece of a lemon wedge, an orange slice, and a cherry. And with that, we have the zombie. So, it's really powerful because you have that 151. I'm actually going to grab a straw for just 1 second. Here's a green one, and will stand out. So we're going to go ahead and sip a little bit from the bottom and get some of those underlying flavors as well. From the bottom, you get that hard rum punch, especially when it hits the back of your throat. Early on, you're getting fruit juices, sort of that lemon and lime mix. A little bit, I almost taste orange in this, even though it's the pineapple juice, which is really interesting. It's not overly fruity, which is surprising considering how much juice is in it. Additionally, you have the 99 bananas and apricot brandy, which you think would bring a lot more complex flavor to this, but you don't get them quite as much as I probably would have liked. Now, this is a very big drink. There's sort of a general rule when it goes to zombies, is you do not have more than one of these or more than one of anything if you're having this. The reason is, there's a lot of alcohol in this, and you can taste it, it's there. Alcohol scale, you're probably sitting on like an 8 or a 9. Overall though, this is an amazing drink. It really is. But it is very taste specific to certain people. I'm actually going to give this an 8 out of 10. And the reason I'm doing that is because, I mean, this could, for a lot of people, this could be a perfect 10. But because it has such a strong alcohol bite, I'm going to take just a few points off of that. Overall though, it's a great drink. It looks fantastic, even though it's brown. The garnishes really help with that. So for the next episode, it's going to be the Halloween special. Now this was already sort of scary and Halloween themed a little bit, but I want to do something even more frightening. Possibly something yellow or blue or green, with a little more interesting color. Now that episode will premiere the 29th of this month. It's also Wednesday. It is the last Wednesday of the month. And then Friday the 31st, or Halloween, it will be the outtakes for the entire first season here of Medium of Mixology. So if you happen to make this drink for yourself, leave a comment and let me know what you think about it. And remember, for more drinks, check out the blog, mediumofmixology.wordpress.com, where I update weekly, every Monday usually, with a new cocktail of the week, and the first Wednesday of every month for a new drink demo. This has been with Medium of Mixology, and please drink responsibly.